Hello and welcome, my Leo friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. This is going to be my group angel reading for November for my Leo friends. If you've seen any of my videos, you're probably already recognizing that I have a bit of a different setup. A couple of days ago, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael, and Archangel Gabriel came to me, and they were a little concerned about the amount of healing that needs to be happening. And they asked if I could change up things and do a little bit more of a healing perspective in my readings. Well, what am I to deny an archangel, let alone 4 archangels? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to be using primarily the Healing with Angels Oracle. I'm going to be accessing the Angel Inspiration deck, and then I'm going to get some clarification from the Angel Tarot. I've been working on this and it's been working a treat. I love this format. So, like always, there are links below to all 3 decks. So should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Alright, my Leo friends, let's get this going. Let's see what the angels have to say. What guidance and information do the angels want to share with my Leo friends? Oh, what a beautiful card. Forgiveness. This card really talks about that need to not only forgive others, but more importantly, forgive yourself. We've all done foolish things that we're like, oh, well, that was stupid. But it's deeper than that. There are things that we've hidden from ourselves that we don't really want to admit. And that's where the angels are kind of guiding you. It's time to go into those ouchy spaces, because they'd like you to step into the light. Right now we're looking at the Northern Hemisphere going into winter. So we're looking at really dark times. And I don't mean dark scary, I just mean we're the furthest part from the sun. And because there's not as much light, there's a need really to be almost bringing our own light or seeking out more light. We're impacted really negatively as a species by low light and that vitamin D piece. So what the universe is really, and what the archangels are really encouraging us to do, is to step into that universal light, drawing down that universal unconditional love energy as a supplement to help us not only really thrive and heal during this time of, well, I'd say almost, it's like a sleep. It's like the earth is asleep right now. So that we are able to be stronger when the sun returns, and we're able to make some deeper transitions in the spring. All right, my Leo friends, let's start looking at some more perspectives. Let's start to connect in with Archangel Uriel. What guidance and healing does Archangel Uriel have for my Leo friends? Okay, we have a jumper. And that's listening. It's a beautiful card. Archangel Uriel is being very clear that even though you may struggle to hear them, the angels and archangels can hear you. Your guides can hear you. That high vibrational beings of all sorts can hear you. They're listening. They're responding as the best they can. Some of the stuff that, let's be honest, some of the stuff we've been asking for, they can't do for us, because that's part of our life lesson. What we signed up to do on this planet for this lifetime. They are there, and they've always been there, and they are listening to you. New love. Archangel Uriel is kind of bringing a little bit, he's being a little bit of cheek and tongue here. That new love is yourself. reconnecting with yourself through fresh eyes, like that you would a new relationship. Needing to really dig down and look with a new perspective at yourself and that connection and self-love, because as we've grown up and as we've aged, we stopped loving ourselves somewhere along the line. We're starting to reconnect in. But what Archangel Uriel's really encouraging you to do is to dive into yourself and really connect into yourself on a different level, a deeper level. Let's look at what further information Archangel Uriel has for my Leo friends. On a side note, Archangel Uriel just told me that this new love, this connection you're going to have with yourself, it's going to help rise your vibration, and it's going to help you with that communication. Not only will they listen to you, you will be able to connect in and have better communication with those higher vibrational beings. The first card, the Chariot. Now, Archangel Uriel is the Archangel of Light. His name literally means Light of God. He's the torchbearer, the fire keeper of the archangels. He brings us, literally, he brings us from darkness to light. Okay? This literally screams Archangel Uriel, this stepping into the light. What's more is that Archangel Uriel is really connected in to your solar plexus. That chakra that is in the middle by your tummy, that is where you hold that inner strength and drive. He really wants you to connect in, and he wants you to dive, like I said, dive deep into yourself. When you start to connect into yourself on a different perspective, with different lenses, like fresh eyes, if you will, you're going to be able to start to forgive yourself, and you're going to see more universal light and love within yourself. The Chariot is not afraid of his next task. He can do it literally with his eyes closed because he uses his willpower to drive his chariot forward. He can balance polar opposites with willpower, and he overcomes all the challenges that he faces. And that's the energy that Uriel really wants you to embrace and grab hold of, literally with the reins in your hands, and plow into yourself. Find out what it is that you have forgotten. Face some of these darknesses so that you are able to move yourself forward and take on that next challenge. The Queen of Cups. Queens are that feminine, nurturing energy. Cups about intuition and emotion. Archangel Uriel is saying, hey, like I said before, that connection piece is going to be two-way. You dive into yourself, you're finding out more about yourself. You're learning about that authentic you. You're going to raise your vibration. At the same time, you need to not only connect in with your intuition, because there's only one other card that's more intuitional than the Queen of Cups, and that's the High Priestess, is that you need to nurture and love yourself and have compassion for yourself so that you are able to nurture and love you. Goes back to that new love connection. It also talks about not fearing that dive into yourself. Because when you're looking at the Chariot and the Queen of Cups, you're really looking at going very deep and really finding out what you've forgotten. I think we might have mentioned you needed to dive inwards, maybe once, twice, or a couple hundred times here. Eight of Wands, it's really confirming what I've just said. The Eight of Wands in the original Rider-Waite is an individual who has stacked up 8 cups, 5 on the bottom, 3 on the top. And it's walking away from those cups into like this craggy type seaside. The Eight of Cups is a card that talks about going inwards, that inner journey to connect in and really kind of connect in with yourself. Go to those darker places. Archangel Uriel will be with you. He's a light in the darkest of places. He is the light of God, if you will. Okay, so I don't have enough table space, so I'm going to move these cards to the side. We may refer to them later on, but I need more table space. All right, we're going to thank Archangel Uriel for his wisdom and guidance. We're going to move on to Archangel Raphael. What guidance and healing can you offer my Leo friends? Archangel Raphael. Soulmate. Once you connect in with yourself and really are able to start to live that authentic you, you're going to drive that soulmate to you. You're going to, well, I don't want to say drive, you're going to attract is a better word, that soulmate to you. They're going to feel that connection. Right now, there's a disconnect between you and yourself. To truly connect in with your soulmate, it's going to be a challenge because you have a disconnect with you. You can't connect with them until you connect with you. Now, if you already have an individual that is your soulmate, you're not connecting with them on that level of soulmate. You're just connecting with them. When you do this work and connect in with you, you're going to find that you connect in with them on a deeper level, that soulmate twin flame level. If you're looking for somebody, like I said, you would attract them because you are working on yourself and connecting in with you and being the authentic you. Raphael also says that there's going to be power in this. When you start to connect in and make these major connections with self and with your soulmate, that's going to bring in that power. These two connections really bring you into that stepping into the light. When you step into that light, you're stepping into your power and your abilities because you have forgiven yourself from some of those things that you may not be so proud of. You've released yourself and you're headed straight into that light. All right, my Leo friends, let's get some clarification from Archangel Raphael. What further information and guidance can you offer my Leo friends, Archangel Raphael? The Devil. The Devil is the 15th card in the Major Arcana. I talked about that importance of releasing, and that's exactly what we're talking about here. That forgiveness piece is connected into the Devil. With the Devil, what you're looking at is those self-soothing techniques and coping mechanisms that we have, some of them borderline on the addictions that we're using to overcome and kind of put a band-aid on what is truly at play here. When you really reflect in and you dive in deep, you can start to remove and release those coping mechanisms that are not positive and are not really fulfilling any real need other than band-aiding something that you need to confront. that's when you're going to find that you really step into that power, and you're really going to connect in with that soulmate, because you're no longer putting up false masks and literally burying your head in the sand when challenges come forward. You're going to be able to connect in, and also connect into what Uriel said, because Uriel wanted you to go inwards. Well, that chariot that Uriel had asked us about is going to be important here too. And the archangels, their messages are similar. They're just kind of a step off of each other. So that devil is going to, you need to overcome and kind of shake yourself from those nooses. The devil has always been drawn that the individual has that ability to pull whatever's around their neck off. They have that willpower and ability. All right, the next card. Oh, she's so beautiful. The Queen of Wands. Again, we've got another queen. That nurturing, loving, compassion, especially compassion for yourself. Wands are all about that inner fire. Talks about that willpower. It takes a lot of willpower to start to look at that forgiving piece. The Queen of Wands talks about a couple of things. Not only that importance of nurturing, but also that importance about allowing your abilities to grow. We talk about great power here. When you start to nurture your abilities, even though you haven't stepped into that power fully, it is still there. You know those remnants. You can kind of feel them. You have the ability to really nurture and push those forward. She's also asking you to nurture and again be compassionate with ourselves, because this is a challenging topic. Now we do have double queens. Uriel pulled out the Queen of Cups and Archangel Raphael pulled out the Wands. The queens are the 13th card in the Major Arcana. When you're looking at multiple 13s, the angels are asking you to stay calm, that you really need to connect in and receive those intuitive messages that the higher vibrational beings are sending you, the angels, the archangels. And that's part of that listening. They understand what you're trying to do, and that communication, like I said before, will become more clear as you move forward. And then the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups talks about that kind of missing the bigger picture. We've been going through our life and missing that piece. The original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew is a fellow with his arms crossed and his legs crossed, sitting under a tree, kind of mopey, looking at 3 cups like, this is it? Really? This is all I got? And the universe is handing him 1 cup. Right now, the universe is handing you that holy grail. It is up to you to grab hold of that cup and really relish in that life-sustaining and life-fulfilling wonder and joy and sustenance that the universe is offering you. Okay, we're going to scooch these to the side too. And we're going to thank Archangel Raphael for his wisdom and guidance. We're going to go into Archangel Michael. What guidance and healing does Archangel Michael have for my Leo friends? And that's retreat. It's kind of, this card really reminds me of the Four of Swords, that need to retreat and just kind of cocoon yourself to rest and rejuvenation. That healing time and space. This is a lot of work. And I don't mean physical work. It's not like you're going to be going out and physically cleaning something. It's a lot of reflection and a lot of kind of core belief challenging behaviors, right? We're not going to be doing a physical piece. It's more that spiritual and emotional piece, and that need to retreat and really, again, we've had those two queens, rest and rejuvenate. That's going to be really important. And guardian angel. What Michael's saying here is that you're not doing this alone. It may feel really isolating because it's kind of a one-person situation, but your guardian angel has been with you not since birth, but since conception. And that guardian angel knows all about you and wants to support and nurture you in this. They are listening. They've always been listening. Even when you didn't know that's who you were talking to, they were listening. And they love you unconditionally, and they will support you no matter what. And that's a really big piece. That unconditional love and that support is really helpful when you are trying to step into the light. All right, let's see what further information and guidance Archangel Raphael has, Archangel Michael has for my Leo friends. Okay, got a couple jumpers. Just give it a bit of more shuffle because sometimes they like to grab a few cards, contemplate, and then grab a few more cards. Nope, looks like well, he's got a stack here, so I can see why he's done. The first one is the Lovers. He's really connecting into that soulmate that Raphael talked about. The Lovers is exactly what you think. It's exactly that connection to your soulmate, but also that connection with yourself. That the Lovers is really kind of multifaceted on both areas. That importance not only to that connection for that outer soulmate and that twin flame, but also to yourself. That importance of really connecting, well, I want to say the dots almost. And then Archangel Michael said the Six of Wands. Sixes are about balance and harmony. Wands are about that inner fire, that passion. The Six of Wands, it really talks about being victorious and really, like again, they keep saying that recognition of self and recognition of that soulmate. And balancing out not only those connection pieces, but the physical with the spiritual. That's going to be a really important piece. You've got lots of connection in. And he ended it off with the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is always a card where you're looking at working harder than you should be. There's a better way of doing it, and well, this is the way, my Leo friends. And this is what we need to do, so we're working better rather than harder. And that's going to be the key piece, because when you're working better, this gives you more time to be able to focus your energies, other than depleting your energy on one task, on another. Connects into that retreat piece. When you're working harder than you should, you're really not going to get too far. You're just kind of really spinning your wheels. It's almost like a car on ice. It just spins and spins and spins. When you put the appropriate, tires on and the grit, you can start to move yourself forward. And that's what the Ten of Wands talks about. Now we do have multiple sixes. We've got the Six of Wands and the Lovers. When you're looking at multiple sixes in angel messages, the angels are telling you it's a time to balance between the physical and spiritual world, which I already said, but I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged that angel message that they sent us. All right, I'm going to scooch these over now And we're going to thank Archangel Michael for all his wisdom and guidance. We're going to end off on Archangel Gabriel. What guidance and healing can you offer my Leo friends? Music. Such a fantastic card. This card has many different meanings. The universal language is not English. It's almost like a song. It's music. It's beautiful. And we can't copy it. We can't even come close. Our ears cannot cope with that majesty of the music that the universal planes hold. However, our music is very helpful. Soothing music like what I have on is tranquil and it brings you peace. Listen to the music that makes you happy, that raises your vibration, where you find that inner joy and light, so that you are able to connect in. It makes it easier. You can also find that music will start to help bring you into that retreat, that meditation state, that rejuvenation space. Gabriel is wanting to let you know that things are not as clear-cut. It doesn't have to be task-focused. Enjoy this walk, this journey, because it's going to be really a big piece of where you're going. And then we have support. Archangel Gabriel is talking about that support, that not only do we have support on the physical plane, our friends and family are there for us. This is more of an inner peace where we need to start to working on these relationships. Most importantly, the relationship with self, and then we can start that relationship with our soulmate and with our spiritual supports. But our friends and family are there for us and can help, and they can really help us, step into our power and help us take a bit of that rest and rejuvenation, that nurturing piece that the queens had talked about. They can help with that. Also, we have that astral support, the angels, the archangels, your guardians, your guides, those higher vibrational beings of all denominations. They are right beside you. And they are sending you their love and their light to help you step into yours. Okay, let's see what further information we can get. What further information do you have, Archangel Gabriel, for my Leo friends? I'm just going to huck around some cards. We have a number of jumpers here. Already had space issues, but hey, it's all good. The first card is the High Priestess. I said up here in Uriel when he drew the Queen of Cups, there was only one other more intuitional card. And here she is. The High Priestess talks about that connection with the higher realm, with our higher self, and accessing, she has what's called Torah, which is the universal knowledge. Having access to that, stepping through her pillars. She's a gatekeeper. And it goes back to that power that Raphael said over here, that piece where we're looking at that inner power. Really stepping into our own and really owning what it is we can do and achieve. The next is the Five of Swords. We can't do it with our current patterns. We do need to release things that are not working. While we're connecting in and focusing in on those pieces, we're going to have to really start to forgive ourselves, which is connected into the Five of Swords. that need to release and forgive. The Two of Wands. Twos are about duality and choice. One's about fire and passion. We have the ability to check in and really question where it is we want to go. We have free will. High vibrational beings, guides, guardians, archangels cannot step in and interfere with our lives unless we ask. Unless we are about to end our life when it is not time, then they can step in. So we have choices, and it is up to us on how we want to connect in with all these different options and what we're willing to forgive right now, because it's free will. The King of Pentacles. Kings are that fully developed personality. They have the most power and the most control. The King of Pentacles is also known as Midas Touch. The Midas Touch. He has the ability to manifest and create anything and everything he wants in his world. That ability comes in with high vibration, and that's the spiritual aspect of what the angels are suggesting for you. They would really like you to start to work on those connection pieces so that you are able to manifest what you want and what you need. Like I said, Gabriel had a lot to say. Archangel Gabriel, by chance, happens to be the messenger archangel, so sometimes she has a lot to share, and that's okay. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, the 10th card in the Major Arcana, and it talks about the need for change. That's just like we have seasons that go from one to the next, and it just seamlessly falls over. We are looking at that shift and change, and that's where you're at right now, my Leo friends. You're right at a cusp of change. And finally, you have the Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles in the original deck, Pamela Coleman Smith drew it as a fellow banging on a cathedral with an architect and a monk watching him and guiding him. Talks about that teamwork piece. And we have that teamwork. We have it in that support and in that guardian angel. And those supports and teamwork is really going to be key in working through some of these connection pieces and really strengthening all those connections. Now we do have double tens. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And then Archangel Michael pulled the 10 of Wands. Both of them are tens. And when you're looking at multiple tens, the angels are telling you that it is a time for personal development and spiritual enlightenment, which we kind of already knew from the read, but it just reinforces and confirms. And it talks about those symbols and messages that angels like to leave. Sometimes they're pretty obvious for us, and sometimes it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. What they're saying makes sense. However, we understand that piece. We also have double twos. In angel messages, when you have the multiple two, it's time to listen to your intuition, and you don't give up. Keep the faith. Keep the faith in those higher vibrational beings, in the universe, and in yourself. Okay, I'm going to scooch these over to the side too. Alright, we're going to end off on a blessing. What blessing do the angels and archangels have for my Leo friends? Trust in the flow. Talks about keeping the faith. Trust in that universal change, that Wheel of Fortune connection. Know that you are evolving and transforming as you need, and that you can't rush this. You're going to have to just trust in that timing and have compassion towards yourself. It's taking you a lot of years to get to where you're at. This will not happen overnight. I know we kind of want it to, but until we're ready, this card will not come up for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading and that you found it insightful and fun, and that you're able to gain insight and direction into what the angels and archangels want to share with you. For those who are interested, I will be running an online introductory and interactive class on December 9th. I'm going to be running my Introductions to Connecting, which is a channelings class. If you're interested in channeling or the class, you can find out more information and register on my website. I provided a helpful link below to my classes page that'll take you directly to the information you're looking for. I want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for the latest content. You never know where I'm going to go next, and I'd hate for you to miss a video. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to support me in making more, I have a Patreon page with many tiers and lots of perks. In some of the tiers, the perks are private readings with myself. I provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Leo friends.